Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, so that means it's Follow a Sketch Friday. I have this lovely sketch. Of course, it'll be linked down below and also in the Facebook group, so please head on over there so you can post your version of the sketch. Today I'm playing with some Paper House products. I don't have much besides 2 sheets of paper and an acetate sheet, so let's see what I can do. Now I am going to actually trim down this acetate here, and I'm not going to put a kind of scallopy border at the end of it. I decided to go a little bit of a different direction, and I really do like the way it turned out, you guys. I am a fan. So this Spiderweb acetate is from Paper House Productions. Of course, I'll have links down below. You can use my code to get 20% off. And then just as a heads up, I do use affiliate links. So if you shop through me, you click my links, I do get a small commission from Paper House. So I wanted that to be out there. Now I decided that I did not like where I cut off that acetate. There was a little bit too much of kind of like a bubbly spider web there at the bottom, so I went ahead and trimmed that down a little bit as well. Now when you're using this acetate, you don't have to use any kind of special scissors. You can just use your regular old scrapbooking scissors. Again, anytime that you're using a pair of scissors, whether it is for straight cutting, fussy cutting, whatever you're cutting, please use a pair of scissors that feel good in your hand. It does not matter if the scissors are pretty. It doesn't matter if these scissors are the ones that everyone is using. It does not matter if they are $2 or $25. You need a pair of scissors that feel good in your hand. You don't want to fatigue your hand, whether you're doing a little bit of cutting or a whole heck of a lot of cutting. So something that feels good. Now I am going to go straight from the sketch and have this little piece up at the top, and then I just decided, you know what, this will be a great place for me to adhere down my my acetate. Too many A words in scrapbooking. This would be a great place to adhere my acetate. So then I went ahead and put that strip of wood right over the top of it. Now this is a wood veneer. I feel like I've been on a wood kick lately. A wood veneer. That's not a wood veneer. That's a wood grain. Wow. Too many wood words in scrapbooking too. Now this wood grain is also from Paper House, and it does have a slight kind of green tinge to it, in some places more than others, so that's why I chose this particular wood grain to go with this particular page, especially because I'm using the green polka dot. So now I have my spider webs, and as you can see, I'm going to use 3 photos instead of the 1. That's a lot of decoration up there on the left hand side in the sketch. Just for a lot of paper and a flower or some other kind of embellishment. And I decided that I would rather have more photos and less embellishment. But as you'll see, I get a good amount of embellishment in here as well. So I noticed in the sketch that there were 2 different papers represented, and that scalloped border on the diagonal kind of divided them. Now, like I said, I'm not doing a border because I do have that spider web. So what I thought would be a cool idea was to trace the edge of the spider web acetate and then just trim my wood grain paper to match it. And then that way I would still have kind of the thought of the sketch and not truly the actual sketch. Now, you do have to kind of be careful. You want to really cut on your lines as much as possible. This is one of those reasons and one of those times where you need the scissors that feel good in your hand so you can make as many precise cuts as possible. Now, I do have a couple of pair of scissors that feel good in my hands, so I am all set there. So I just added some adhesive And now I am going to go ahead and wow, it was almost like I had a puberty moment when I said adhesive right there, you guys. I don't know what the heck is going on today. So I added a little bit of adhesive, and now I am going to trim down my paper with my guillotine trimmer off to the side. Yes, the room is cleaned up. It's not 100%, but it is cleaned up. So now I can at least get to the trimmer instead of having the sliding trimmer, because I've got piles on top of my regular trimmer. So I pull out some embellishments, and I'm just kind of checking through them. Yes, I have some of my stickers and embellishments in a priority mailbox right now. It works. I got mail in it, and it works for the moment. Eventually, I'm going to switch that sucker out for a nice bin, but right now this box works. Now, I was thinking about using some leaves that I'd used in another page, and then I was thinking about using some of the actual Disney stuff, but it was a little bit too Disney, if you know what I mean, for this layout. But I ended up going with these other 3D leaves, some spooky / cute bats, and some cork embellishments. So I've pulled those out, and now I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. So I figure I need to mat these photos because there is kind of a lot going on. There's not a whole lot of embellishment or anything done yet to the page, but I've got lots of patterns. I've got the acetate. It's a different texture. Like things are happening here, people. And I just felt like the photos needed to be contained in and of themselves, so a matte was the way I went. Now I went with this orange because of the leaves. If I didn't have the leaves, I think I would have gone for either a dark brown or a deep purple color. That's what I was thinking until I realized my leaves had lots of reds and oranges and greens in them. So I didn't want to clash. It could have turned out great, but I didn't even try it. And I love the way it turned out now, so I don't have like any regrets or anything. I do pop up one of the photos on some fun foam, and that's just to give it a little bit of lift, like literal lift off the page. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the Haunted Mansion sign down here. So now I've got the leaves and the bats, and I'm just going to sprinkle them out. I also pull out the cork. The cork, a whole lot doesn't make it on the page from the cork, but I do get some in there. I decide to put a couple of bats up here at the top, kind of representing the embellishment over there on the layout. And then I decide that I am going to make the leaves go all the way across both of these photos. So in the sketch, you have the fishtail banners, and obviously I don't have banners here. So I figured that the leaves would make a good kind of substitution for the fishtail banners. Some of the leaves I pull the pop dot off of, some of the leaves I leave that pop dot on, just to give it a little bit of more dimension than just straight pop dotted leaves where they're all the same height. Now I do add on a couple more little bats down here. And then I have this cork embellishment, and it's kind of just like an arrow. And I decide that I'm not going to use words or anything right there. What I'm going to do is overlap a bat on top of it. And I like the way that it turned out. And then since I have cork in one place, why not add cork in another? So I add that tiny little cork camera and one of the bats in a different flying position. Just wanted to do something a little bit different than the normal spread wings. So I go into my stash, into my deep stash, and I have these Pink Fresh letter stickers, and I go ahead and spell out the word boo. Now, I do have to say, you guys, after the last time I used this letter sticker packet, I was tempted to toss it because I was like, there is not a whole heck of a lot I can spell out of this. And then what do you know? I spelled out the word boo. So it's back in my stash. I think I have a harder time getting rid of letter stickers than I do anything else in my stash, because I'm like, I can Frankenstein them. I can come up with words. Like I can think, like my brain is good. I can think of ways to use these. So I do do have a harder time tossing the letter stickers. So I'm really glad I didn't toss them yet. I pull out some Jelly Bean Soup tiny word stickers, or tiny letter stickers rather, and spell out the word little. Now, if a company would make these tiny letter stickers in words like of and the, and just a whole bunch of them, oh my word, I would be set. Maybe I should add that to my shop. I got to figure out how to make that happen. Okay, so I add another bat over by the boo, and I'm starting to put away my embellishments, and I'm just doing this because I'm thinking about the layout, and I'm thinking about if I want to add something. And I do. I want to add some ghosties. So these are acrylic ghosties. They are from my shop. And I am adhering them with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. I decided to go with the guy with the curly Q tail here. I just thought he fit really well right there. And then I was thinking about bringing in another ghosty. They do come in a set of 4, but I just felt like I was forcing it when I was trying to bring in another ghosty. I felt like the one was cute with the title, but you know, I just wasn't feeling it with more than one. So that one bat got replaced by the ghost, and then that is almost going to do it for this layout. So I take one more peek at the sketch, and I see that there's a label by the photo. So I go into my label stash, and this is an orange label from Studio Calico, and I cut it in half. And then I just tuck it under either side of these 2 photos so you get a little pop of orange out from the photo. And the orange is a little bit different than the photo mat, and I am okay with that. You just saw me lifting up the acetate right there just to see if I had enough adhesive or if I needed to add more underneath of it. It looks like I have enough adhesive, and I'm pretty much done with this layout. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I will see you again real soon for another video.